going on, guys? Notice anything different about me? No, not the sunglasses. No, not the Pocket 3. Well, part of the Pocket 3. So I talked a lot of smack on these, but I have changed my mind. And I want to talk today about how useful a wrist strap can be, specifically the one that came with my Pocket 3. So if you haven't put it on yet, you might want to think about putting it on. We'll talk about the different uses for it today, some tricks and fun little tips that I've kind of figured out while using this over the last couple weeks. Yeah, I've had this thing for like almost a year and just started using this over the last couple weeks. I just had a stigma about wrist straps. All right, let's talk about all the ways you can use this to help improve your Pocket 3 usage. First one is kind of a fun little trick I'm going to show in here, and then we'll go outside and do some shooting, and I'll talk to you about the other ones. But this is kind of unique. So when you're getting ready to turn off and store your Pocket 3, and if you're like me and you use this guy here, that's how I like to carry mine around. That's how I like to slide it in my pocket, fanny pack, whatever. I put it in this. But while I'm out and about, I'm done shooting. I typically, before putting this wrist strap on it, would put it in this, and then you have to like kind of grip it up to make sure it doesn't fall out of it. No carrying down here or you're losing this case off of it. So wrist strap, slide it over your Pocket 3 and around, and then tighten it down on it. And so give it a snug tightening. And I do it about halfway up. So I give it a snug tightening, and you can kind of get it tighter by just kind of separating here. And all that does for you is give it so that you are secure and you're not going to lose it if you're just carrying by like the end of it. If you're walking around and you have it down by your side and you're carrying by down here, you're not losing anything because it'll just keep it on there. So nice little way to do it. I mean, you could carry it like a handle if you wanted to. So pretty cool. Let's go outside and let's shoot with it. All right. So other than using it as a carrying handle and security so you don't lose your case, we got a couple other uses for it. So I've got like 3 different things I just wanted to kind of go over. And these might not be new to you. If they're not, skip ahead. But whatever. I'm going to get rid of the case for a second. Hopefully nothing falls out of it. One thing that I've been using it the most for is getting extra length and extra distance out of my Pocket 3 without having to add a pole to it or anything like that. So doing like a jib or crane type shot with your hand is something you definitely could do. So you can do this 2 ways. You could either just use your hand in it or go ahead and put it fully on your wrist. And you can pull it fully on your wrist, and then you can get down here, and you're surprisingly supported by doing, and oh guys, by the way, I am left-handed, so this might be a little different for you if you're right-handed, but with me for left-handed, it actually runs straight down here perfectly to line up with my wrist, and it just gives me extra support so I can kind of get a little bit extra distance off of it. In here, I'm going to take a couple shots with it, getting this extra distance so you guys can see. So I have it in tilt lock mode to get like a jib shot, and we're going up into the trees. All right, so yeah, so you could do something like that with it. Again, I said like with just your hand, if you didn't want to put it all the way on your wrist, you actually get a little more distance if you just use your hand with it. But the key here is to put like a tension against the pocket so you have more than one kind of point of contact. So any tension you can get against it, and I'll do this one right-handed so that it shows a little differently. So if you put it in your hand and then kind of wrap it, however, whatever gives you the tension you need so that your pocket's secure. So like I have my thumb wrapped around it here, and you're just gonna have to play with it and see what feels right for you. But whatever way you do it, the key is that you want there to be tension pulling and pushing at the same time. You may or may not be familiar with it, but like with shooting, you want tension on both ways so that you snap back. Same with filming, you want tension to create stability. Using it just this way, we'll do another shot, just kind of the same shot. I'm gonna back up some so that it gives a slightly different view. I'm gonna do the opposite and come down with it. I am not stable with my right hand. All right. The other one I wanted to talk about was literally just that, creating stability with it by utilizing it. So, for instance, sometimes I'll shoot both-handed like this. So if I'm trying to get a real steady shot, I'll usually like like a gun, like I'm shooting a pistol. I will hold it like this, and I will do my shots like this so that I know that I'm very stable with my shots. But what you can do is go ahead and wrap your hand here, and then you can, instead of wrapping your hand around your other hand, stick your fist from your one hand into your other hand and use it as kind of like a pullback while you're pushing forward. So I'm pushing forward. I'm going to turn my back on you guys. So I'm pushing forward with my thumb here, pulling back with this hand, and then that's going to give me that stability, and then I can push. Got a biting fly on me. I could push my record button, make adjustments to my joystick with my right thumb here, so I could record, and then I'm using the different tensions to get the stable shot. And I could do that the same with like the jib shot and just not get as much height out of it, but get stability out of it. And then the last one is kind of almost using it like the handle we used when we were using it with the case, but if you just loop it around the pocket itself or whatever extension you have on it, and this may work better with the battery extension on it just because you have more length on the bottom. So you go battery extension, then your tripod, and then get it on there, snug it down, and then you kind of just have a side handle. And if you're a lefty, it gets a little bit more snug on it because it wraps it around it. So you got a little bit more of a snug side handle. And so then it's not around your wrist, but you're still got a little like handle with it. If you did get some use out of my tips here, do hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the bell notification, because I recently partnered with someone out of the UK, and we created a 2x telephoto lens for the Pocket 3 that we're going to be selling here, launching within the next week. So please do keep an eye out for that. I'm going to go ahead and post a launch video for it when it comes out, when we have them ready to ship, or when we're ready to do pre-orders, and we should be ready for pre-orders within the next few days here, guys. So it's really exciting. If you're interested in a 2x telephoto lens for the Pocket 3, stay tuned. And if you did find something useful out of this one, check out the rest of my Pocket 3 playlist right there. And in the meantime, go shoot something awesome. Don't forget to post your work, guys. Be proud of your work. Peace out. I'll see you with that video launching our 2x telephoto lens. Later.